everyone, welcome back to GK Today. I'm Nuzhat Sana and in this video I'll discuss today's top current and static general studies questions for UPSC Prelims Examination 2022 onwards. And these questions are framed keeping in view both the factual as well as analytical aspects of UPSC Prelims exam. Also, I would like to inform you that these questions are part of GK Today's UPSC Prelims Test Series, which is available in GK Today Android app. And the test series for 2022 Prelims Examination comprises total of 7500 questions, divided 2500 questions on current general studies and 5000 questions on static general studies. And the series has started from May 2021 and it will end with UPSC Prelims Examinations 2022. So if you wish to access all questions of GK Today UPSC Prelims Test Series, you may subscribe the test series in the app. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
So today this is our lecture number 46 and now let's start. Question number 1. In recent times, the term currency swap was making news frequently. Currency swap can help in which of the following? So before that we have to understand what this term is. Actually, currency swaps are short-term arrangements to avoid balance of payment crisis by ensuring sufficient forex reserves in a country. Okay, so these are used by the countries to address their short-term foreign exchange liquidity needs, as it is a cheaper alternative than market borrowing. Okay, also these are used by the companies doing business in foreign countries to get favorable loan rates in the local currency of the foreign country. Okay, talking in more easier words, as we know that swap means exchange, and the currency swap between the two countries is a kind of agreement, or you can say contract, to exchange currencies with predetermined terms and conditions. So why it was in news? Because recently Bangladesh has cleared a $200 million currency swap facility for Sri Lanka to help boost its economy. Okay, so in this context we can say that a currency swap is effectively a kind of loan that Bangladesh will give to Sri Lanka in dollars, with an agreement that the debt will be repaid with interest in Sri Lankan rupees. Fine. I think now it is clear. So the central banks and governments engage in currency swap with foreign counterparts to meet their short-term foreign exchange liquidity requirements, or so as to ensure adequate foreign currency to avoid balance of payment crisis, as I have told here, till longer arrangements can be made. Okay, so for Sri Lanka this is cheaper than borrowing from the market. One very important thing is these swap operations carry no exchange rate or other market risk, as transaction terms are set in advance. Okay, and earlier currency swaps were used to get around government limitations on currency trading and exchange controls. Okay, now let's see the options. First is addressing short-term foreign currency exchange liquidity. Yes, this is right. This cannot be of long-term. Okay, and second is avoiding balance of payment crisis. Yes, I have told you this. And third is to curb inflation in domestic economy. Nowhere we have discussed about inflation regarding this, so this is wrong, and correct answer becomes only 1 and 2. Now let's talk about RBI's framework for swap facilities for SAARC. Actually, the SAARC currency swap facility came into operation on 15th of November 2012, and the revised framework is valid from 14th of November 2019 to 13th of November 2022. So now the RBI can offer a swap arrangement within the overall corpus of $2 billion, and this swap draws can be made in US dollar, euro or in Indian rupee, and this facility will be available to all SAARC member countries. And earlier in July 2020, the RBI extended a $400 million credit swap facility to Sri Lanka, which the Central Bank of Sri Lanka settled in the month of February, and the arrangement was not extended. Okay, now next question. Who was the author of England's Debt to India? So this has been written by Lala Lajpat Rai and published in 1917. Why it was in news? Because Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had paid tribute to Lala Lajpat Rai on his Jayanti, that is celebrated on 28th of January every year. So obviously, Lala Lajpat Rai was one of the greatest freedom fighters of India, and he was also called as Punjab Kesari and Lion of Punjab. Also, he was very much influenced by Swami Dayanand Saraswati and joined the Arya Samaj in Lahore. Also, he formed Lal Bal Pal trio of extremist leaders. Lal is Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal is Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Pal is Bipin Chandra Pal. Also, he was involved with Hindu Mahasabha and fought against untouchability. Talking about his political career, he joined the Indian National Congress and participated in many political agitations in Punjab. And for his political agitation, he was deported to Burma without trial in the year 1907, but he returned after a few months because of lack of evidence. Also, he opposed the partition of Bengal. Then he founded the Home Rule League of America in the year 1917 in New York. Also, he was elected as president of All India Trade Union Congress, and he supported the non-cooperation movement at the Nagpur session of Congress in the year 1920. And yes, he also protested against the Rowlatt Act and the Jallianwala Bagh massacre that was followed. Then he founded Hindu Relief Movement in the year 1897. Also, he founded Servants of People's Society in the year 1921. Not only this, he was also the editor of Arya Gazette, which he had founded, and he co-founded the Punjab National Bank in the year 1894. So these are some of the important things regarding Lala Lajpat Rai. Okay. Now next question. With reference to the 7 tropical cyclone basins in the world, consider the following statements. First of all, which are the 7 tropical cyclones that we know? First is North Atlantic Ocean. Second is the eastern section of Northern Pacific Ocean. Then western side of Northern Pacific Ocean. Then fourth is the Southwest Pacific Ocean. Then the Southwestern Indian Ocean. And sixth is Southeastern Indian Ocean. And last is Northern Indian Ocean basins. So these are the total 7 cyclone basins in the world. And the most active out of all tropical cyclone basin is the Western Pacific Basin, for which the Japan Meteorological Agency is the key warning center. And the least active of these basins is the North Indian Ocean, for which the Indian Meteorological Department or IMD is the key warning center. Okay. Now let's see the options. North Atlantic Ocean is the most active tropical cyclone basin. No, this is wrong, because Western Pacific Basin is the most active. And second statement says North Indian Ocean Basin is the least active tropical cyclone basin. Yes, this is right, and correct answer becomes only 2. Now talking about some conditions that favors the formation of tropical cyclone are: first is large sea surface with temperature more than 27 degrees Celsius. Then the presence of Coriolis force ignites the formation of cyclone, and this force is 0 at equator. That's why there are no cyclones at equator, but it increases with latitude. Okay. Then weak low pressure area means small local differences in the temperature of water and of air produce very low pressure centers of small size, and a weak cyclonic circulation develops around these areas. Okay. And last is high humidity. It also favors the formation of cyclone. Now why it was in news? Because recently a tropical cyclone named as Cristobal has formed in the southern Gulf of Mexico. Fine. Now next question. Which of the following is our correct statements about World Health Assembly? What is this World Health Assembly? It is the key decision making body under the working of World Health Organization, and it convenes annually at Geneva, Switzerland. So first statement says it is the key decision making body under World Health Organization. Yes, this is right. And second is It is composed of technically qualified individuals in the health field designated by the member countries. No, this is wrong, because World Health Assembly is composed of ministers of health from the member countries. Okay, so correct answer becomes only 1. So the WHO Executive Board is executive body of World Health Organization that helps the WHO with implementing its policies and decisions, in addition to advising and facilitating the functioning of the decision making body World Health Assembly. Okay, and this WHO Executive Board is composed of 34 technically qualified individuals in the health field designated by the member states that are elected for a 3-year term. Fine. So we can say that the main functions of World Health Assembly are to determine the policies of organization, appoint the Director General, supervise the financial policies, and review and approve the proposed program budget. So we can say that World Health Assembly is the world's highest health policy setting body, and it is composed of health ministers from member states. And these members of World Health Assembly generally meet every year in the month of May in Geneva, Switzerland, where the headquarters of WHO lies. Okay. Now coming to last question. As per the recent reports, most of the neglected displacement crises have happened in recent years in dash. First of all, the neglected displacement crises are the crises where people flee their homes due to various reasons like war or persecution, and these do not receive sufficient humanitarian help or kind of attention. Okay, so according to the recently published report by Norwegian Refugee Council, the world's most neglected displacement crisis of 2020, that is 80% of such crises are in Africa, and the highest incidence of such crises is in the Democratic Republic of Congo, which registered 2 million displacements in 2020, and it was followed by Cameroon, then Burundi, Venezuela, Honduras, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Ethiopia, and Central African Republic, and then Mali. Okay, actually this list is based on 3 criteria mainly. First is lack of political will, then lack of media attention, and lack of international aid. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. If you want to give any review, feedback or suggestion regarding these lectures, you can tell us in the comment section. Definitely we'll try to implement that. And now we'll meet again tomorrow with 5 more new and interesting questions. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.